Ypsilanti Township and its citizens, particularly low-income and minority citizens, suffer disproportionately from a systemic funding issue facing the entire state of Michigan. Under the direction of our client, Alex Thomas, and the Ypsi-Nice organization, our team has created an assessment of the prevalence and scope of structural racism in Ypsilanti Township. We analyze quantitative data from government records and public sources. We specifically examined District Court 14B, which processes all cases arising in Ypsilanti Township and is one of the 3 district courts in Washtenaw County. Our examination of the data has led us to the finding that minority and low-income citizens of Ypsilanti Township are those most severely impacted by higher arrest rates and are least able to pay fines and fees disproportionately imposed on them. The over-reliance on fines and forfeitures is upholding structural racism in District Court 14B. We found that in 2019, District Court 14B relied on 88% of its funding coming from fees and forfeitures imposed on defendants who appeared before the court. This percentage is roughly 4 times greater than the amount the other neighboring courts in Washtenaw County are receiving from fees and forfeitures. The state of Michigan is well aware of the conflicts of interest and inequitable outcomes that may arise when courts obtain a large majority of their funding from fines imposed on defendants. In 2014, the Michigan Supreme Court ruled that local courts do not have the authority to use revenue from court costs imposed on defendants to pay for day-to-day operations of trial courts. More recently, in 2022, a report from the Michigan Trial Court Funding Commission unanimously concluded that the existing system is broken, and it is imperative to create a stable and consistent funding source for Michigan courts that removes judges from the role of raising money for the operation of courts. The Black population of Ypsilanti Township experiences a high financial burden from the fees and forfeiture policy because they have a higher percentage of arrests, a trend which has been steadily increasing. These defendants subject to harsher penalties are also those below the poverty line, and thereby it is more difficult for them to pay fines and fees, which is perpetuating a cycle of debt and poverty. To counteract the inequality faced by minority and low-income citizens of Ypsilanti Township, holistic action needs to be taken to ensure equitable access of resources and opportunities, such as revising practices of the local justice system, providing support to minority-owned businesses, and citizens advocating for state-level policies to ensure a more equitable justice system. For more comprehensive information on our insights, please scan the QR code for our full report. We hope our project can play a role in the ongoing and important conversation of equity in the justice system.